Welcome to Let Me Pod to Ya. I'm Jacob. You can block me on Twitter at We Hate Jacob. I'm here with my co-host Demetri. You can find him on Twitter at Demetri Talks. Demetri, the wrestling this past week. Wow.
Fucking sick, bub. It's been great.
Our format here is top of the mid, headlines. Bet you guys can guess who's going to be the headline. Stock rising, stock falling. These can be specific wrestlers, storylines, etc. to kick off a conversation. But first, we have our beer of the week. Couldn't make a decision this week, so did a little mix of six to try all of the Christmassy beers. And I'm starting with Dogfish Head Crimson Crew. It's a red ale brewed with sumac.
What a name.
Don't know what sumac is, so we'll see if I like it.
Dogfish Head. Excellent.
Interesting flavor. It's good. I just wasn't expecting it. It's like very beery, and then it's very whatever that spice is, the sumac they put in it. It kind of hits you after a second, but it's very tasty. I might have to get a sixer of that one.
All right, okay.
Let's get on schedule, Demetri. Let's talk about him. He's not just going to be top of the mid, but he's going to be top of the card before sooner than later. It's R-Truth. He's back.
He's fucking back. The legend, the guy everybody knew we were going to talk about. The legend is back. R-Truth is back. And I had to give him a nice welcome by giving him top of the mid this week, because bro is just absolutely hilarious. I've missed him on TV, and I'm not even kidding. When he popped up on screen, I was legit hype as hell. I was like, yes, he's back. It's like, he's like that. Like, he feels like your friend, man. He's like a guy you just really like to see, put you in a good mood. Everybody loves R-Truth.
The only thing I'm sad about with R-Truth is for him specifically that he's back after his childhood hero, John Cena, has finished his run. That's
quite a shame.
That's just sad for him.
Yeah, not great timing, but hey, he's back. That's exciting. He was hilarious at the Survivor Series and at Raw. He was had those jelly rolls. He's like, platinum award women jelly rolls, where they at? And then later at the show, he's like pigging the fuck out in the Judgment Day's headquarters, their little room they have.
They called it a clubhouse on Raw, and I was like, that is so lame, guys. Like,
yeah, it was really lame.
We got four grown men and Rhea Ripley hanging out in a clubhouse. Like,
just this little ass space you guys brought like a couch into and some decorations. You guys are very fierce and scary with your cool little decorations, guys.
But also that he was like, I'm here to tell you that I'm ready for War Games this weekend.
Oh, that was hilarious. He's like, it already happened? How'd I do? Bro, comedy gold. I love him. He's great for the mid card. Just as like great like content in between things, man. He's interesting.
Do you think he'll be the next recruit to the Alpha Academy?
Oh my God, bro. That's something that has never crossed my mind, but I think that would work perfectly. That would be so good. That'd be great comedy.
The other great R-Truth option is if we roll back to him being a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
The other great option would be rolling back to R-Truth getting his referee certificate and moving into the referee space.
Yeah, he's a great referee, man. He's got the certificate and everything, man. It's official.
He did a good job in that one match.
He did do a good job.
But really, who we got to talk about is the king of straight edge. CM Punk is back in WWE. Hell has frozen over, and he's back not to make friends, but to make money, Demetri.
Yeah,
what did you think of his return and his first promo back in the dub?
The fucking return. I'm going to say this right now. I was seeing all the rumors on the internet, on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it.
It's Twitter.
I was seeing all the rumors, and this whole time I was like 99% certain that he was not showing up. And like, I kept seeing all the shit, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And like, half of it was like jokes. And I was like, ha ha ha. And then some people were serious, and I was like, come on, dude. There's no way he's showing up to the show that, first of all, that Randy Orton is returning on. And Janie, I was talking to Janie about it, and she's like, why don't you think he's going to return? And I was like, because it's Randy's show. Why would they overshadow Randy's return that they've been building? He's been gone for so long. So I watched the show with actually literally like 0.0001 idea that CM Punk's going to show up. It closes out, and I'm like, ha, see, told you he's not going to be here. Then the fucking music hits, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I legit had that reaction. I was genuinely surprised. Very surprised. It was incredible.
I was not watching live because I had already done a lot that Saturday, and I was like, I don't feel like watching WWE tonight. It's 2 War Games matches, a Miz and Gunther match, and a women's title match. I kind of know what's going to happen here. I'm good. And then I'm on Twitter, and our group chat was going crazy about CM Punk being back, and I was like, God damn it. So,
what a one to miss, dude.
Yeah, it's okay. I watched it the next day. I saw the clips on Twitter. I watched it the next day. I thought it was a very B- pay-per-view for me personally.
I liked the pay-per-view. I give it a B+.
B+? Okay.
I give it a B+. It's pretty close to an A for me.
So what did you think of his return promo on Raw?
Before we get to that, I just want to say that I forget where I was going with this. So we're going back to the return promo on Raw.
Okay.
Yeah. The return promo on Raw seemed pretty short. Obviously, I saw somewhere online that it got cut short because the Dom and Randy match went a little long.
Yeah, that's what I saw as well.
Yep. And it did feel short. It didn't seem bad, but it was very different from what we've come to expect from CM Punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hate it and I didn't love it, but all that aside, I thought it was cool. And I don't think people are giving it enough time to breathe yet, because we don't know exactly what he's going to do. We have no idea what his character is going to be. He literally just got like picked up and signed. So like the part in my head is like, it's probably really hard to like, they've been doing these plans like way beforehand. So like they probably have plans all the way to WrestleMania figured out of stuff they want to do. So to get this guy who is like a top seller, obviously, like most liked post on Twitter all time from his return, to get this guy and drop him in, you can't just be like, all right, we're going to willy-nilly, he's going to come out and fucking swing and this is where we're going. You probably want to think that out. So I'm under the assumption that I just wanted to get him out there, have him say some things, and just have him in front of the crowd. And I think it's probably a good thing that he didn't trash AEW, because I don't think that would have been very cool.
Reports from people close to him are saying that he has no interest in doing that on a live mic with WWE, that he's trying to move past it. He's trying to just be like, it happened, shit happens. AEW doesn't want to talk about him and he doesn't want to talk about them. That's kind of what I've been saying. Would it be fun? Yes.
Absolutely.
Would it be the most mature thing for him to do and show that I've changed, as he was very much trying to sell to us in that promo? No. So like I get it. I get why. What I would really like to see out of this CM Punk is what we didn't get in AEW. I want full-blooded heel CM Punk.
Yeah.
If kind of his statement, in my opinion, coming out of that promo is, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. All right, there's our angle. Seth Rollins' reaction to CM Punk was big reaction, you could say. So I would really like to see Seth kind of continue this babyface trope that he's doing of I'm the worker, I'm the real world champion, I've been the champion for 6 months, I'm the one on your screen every week, I'm the one that wrestles every week. I want to see him come with that and CM Punk come with the, well, how can I make the most money out of this if I have your belt, Seth Rollins? So I'm coming for your belt so I can make the most money while I'm here. And so it's kind of the I'm here for money versus I'm here for the company. I think that can be a very interesting clash,
Yes.
especially with Punk's past and what he said about WWE. You know, he could not be a babyface. Even if he'll be cheered because people are excited he's back,
Yeah.
he cannot be a babyface in this company. It won't work.
He can be.
We need to finally flip that switch.
Yeah, the only way it's going to work is if he's a temporary babyface that like is just like so fake that it turns him heel.
Yeah,
and something along the lines of that. Do you know who Simon Miller is?
I don't.
Okay, he's a wrestler, but he's wrestled in like small promotions every now and then, pops up here and there, and he's also a YouTuber. So he had a video talking about this whole CM Punk thing, and he basically had the same idea we did with the promo that like people need to take a step back, like let's chill for a second. It's one promo, one night. And then he also said what would be interesting, which I actually think is interesting too, is we had Seth Rollins on Raw talking about he came out there to talk about something. I don't remember exactly what he was talking about, but doing Seth Rollins stuff.
He came back saying that he's ready to put this Judgment Day shit behind him. He's ready to get back to what he's been doing the last 6 months, wrestling every week. And that next week, he talked to Adam Pearce and that there's a title shot coming next week.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when Drew came out and like headbutted him so hard that he bled.
He hit the title with his forehead. That was crazy. But yeah, so Seth came out there, was talking all that mess. And then the crowd, was chanting for CM Punk. And then he was like, hold on. I don't want to waste 1 second on that fraud. All right. Mm-hmm. Simon Miller keyed in on that. And he was like, what would be interesting? And he was like, all these people are talking about how unlike CM Punk it is for him to go up there and say like, oh, I love it here. Oh, everybody's friendly here. Oh, I'm having a great time. What if where this is really going is Seth is like dead on. Like, dude is a fraud. Like, that's the thing. And CM Punk's going to play into this fraud character where he's like, no, everything's good. Everything's great. Everything's great. But meanwhile, he's kind of like an asshole for real. I thought that would be interesting. And it's something to keep an eye on, especially with how everybody reacted to the promo, if that's the direction they choose to go. But yeah, shout out to Simon Miller for that. I thought that was interesting. He has a really good description of it on YouTube. I'll try to find the link so you can share it there.
That would be great. One last thing with CM Punk. First match going to be The Miz.
It's only right? Miz just works with everybody. It's only right.
Pretty much. We'll have a very brief Bloodline cinematic universe yet again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it.
Really, all that was there, other than the crickets, is that Randy Orton is back and he's targeting the Bloodline because they took his back out when he was last around. So he's squashed his beef with Jay, allegedly, because he's like, as long as you're not in with the family, you're all right by me. So we've got like babyface Randy sticking around for a while. And that's my first stock rising, so we'll just get into it. Randy Orton, back. Hearing voices in your head, back. It's good stuff. He's fucking huge.
Dude, that's the first thing I said when he came out. It's really funny. I saw everybody saying the same thing on Twitter, but first thing I said was, damn, he's jacked.
He looked like a Greek god.
Yeah, he looks incredible. I wish I could look that good. I've been hitting the gym. I want to look like Randy Orton.
I like the idea of looking like that. I know I just never will because I'm way too lazy. But Regardless, Randy Orton came back. Didn't seem like he was going to show up for War Games, but he ended up his music hitting during the match, so he could get that. I'm getting my own pop situation.
Yeah, I figured that's why they were doing that. I saw so many people upset about it, and I was like, why would you just sit him in a cage for like 20 minutes and just have the crowd be like, oh, there he is? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. He came back. He did all his greatest hits. The Randy Orton Power Slam, though, is just like so crispy, so good. I love it. I love it so much.
His signature moves are great. The DDT, yeah. Shit. Like, bruh.
Well, I also think it's interesting that he is allowed to do that DDT because he's like the only one that can do like, I mean, it's essentially like a sheer drop DDT, and like WWE doesn't really do anything that like drops people directly on their heads.
Yep.
So it's very interesting to me that he's allowed to do that, but I guess
because Randy
fucking Orton. So
yeah.
He came back, wiped the floor with everybody. I do think it's very funny that they did the thing with the RKO from the top of the cage with JD McDonough, because they're like, all right, we've got to give Randy the biggest target possible. JD McDonough's giant fucking head is the only option.
They even made it look bigger with the way he had his hair braided.
Okay, can we talk about that for a second?
Yes, of course.
Falling all the braided hair. What was happening? Like, he came out with his hair braided, and I was like, the fuck are you doing, bro? And then Rhea's hair. I was once again, what the fuck are you? Her gear, very sports entertaining. Loved it. Her hair, questionable. Questionable decision.
I didn't have any qualms about the hair. At least with her. But with JD McDonough, it looked funny.
Didn't get it at all. But so then they injured his neck, which I thought was very funny that he had the neck brace on and then got RKO'd with the neck brace on Raw.
Neck braces are so funny looking on people. It's just hilarious for some reason.
So good. And then he had a match with Dominic, and he made Dominic look tiny. Like, it was stark.
I'm really proud of Dom, dude. Can you imagine, like, a couple years ago thinking that Randy Orton's first match back would be against Dom Mysterio? Like,
no, not at all.
Good for Dom.
I think it's because Dom is actually an incredible seller.
Yeah.
Like,
he's great at being stepped on.
His, like, in-ring ability, but, like, that boy can sell.
Yeah.
Like, when he got...
And everybody loves to boo him, so you put any babyface against him, it's like,
oh
yes.
My God. Yeah, it's perfect. It was... But just the size differential was amazing. But yeah, Randy's back. He helped get the dub in War Games. I didn't realize that he was besties with Cody. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess so. And then he's going after the Bloodline. So Randy Orton will be on SmackDown this Friday.
Very, very interesting. Is Randy Orton technically a Raw guy at this point?
He is a free agent.
Okay. He's a free agent. All right.
They haven't said it specifically, but
all right. They were about to give him a wrath, but he's a free agent. I guess it's cool.
He was not drafted when we did the draft. Yeah. So it's being said that CM Punk and Randy Orton are both going to be free agents. That's what I've been seeing. I would imagine that Randy is going to settle on SmackDown because he's going to try to have some kind of program with the Bloodline.
Did you see
CM Punk? I would imagine will kind of settle on Raw.
That would make sense. Did you see Randy just comment on the weed smell during the match? Because that was really funny.
What's that smell?
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, bro, Randy is hilarious.
He's so funny, dude. I do like that he's gotten to have this little baby face run towards the end of his time, because like he'd been a heel for most of his career. So like he just gets to have some fun. It's been entertaining. All right, Demetri, give me a stock rising.
So WWE as a whole, man, it just feels like they are kicking ass, like in a lot of areas.
You fucking WWE, Mark. What are they paying you?
They are really kicking ass right now. It's great to watch. Like It hasn't always been this way, obviously. Right before the pandemic, it was really bad when they had the ramp stage for Raw. Oof. Um, the storylines are really bad. The one that sticks out in my mind is the Lana and Bobby Lashley love thing
Oh, I
where,
just saw that recently.
yeah, that was real weird. That was a weird time where it was basically like Rusev was like a cuck essentially. And
Now
yeah,
known as Miro.
yeah, now known as Miro. That was a weird time. But right now, dude, tickets are fucking selling like hotcakes. They're getting like 10K a show. Shows are selling out. Regular Raws and SmackDowns are selling out, not just premium live events. The storylines, there's like storylines everywhere. We got the Bloodline, we got the Judgment Day, we just we got the Damage Control stuff. We got Imperium. There's just so much going on, which is like a far cry from where it was. There's just a lot of, it feels like there's a lot of genuine excitement, obviously, by the ticket sales. And we're getting all these returns. Like Kairi Sane came back, and that was fucking awesome for me. We got Randy Orton back, we got R-Truth back, and we got the big old CM Punk back. It really feels like for the first time in a long time, we're in like a WWE boom where it's not like, wow, I can't believe, like, why am I watching this? Instead, I'm like, yo, I'm pretty excited for X, Y, and Z. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's great to see, not only for the WWE, but also for AEW. Because the better WWE does, that's going to push AEW to be better. And I honestly think AEW is the reason that WWE is doing this well. Well, one of the few. Triple H being in there is definitely a big reason.
Yeah, Vince McMahon not having decision-making power is massive.
Exactly. But AEW being there has got to be a huge reason. Without AEW, I don't think there's a CM Punk in the WWE because he came out of retirement to wrestle in AEW because it was intriguing. I don't know if he would have came back out of retirement to just go wrestle in WWE again straight from retirement.
No way.
So we got to thank AEW for that. We got to thank AEW for a lot of stuff and developing a lot of people. So just, you know what? I said thumbs up for WWE, but thumbs up for wrestling as a whole, man.
The next interesting thing, too, from a return standpoint, is going to be where does Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks,
absolutely,
where does she end up? There are rumors that New Japan Pro Wrestling is saying that she has worked all her dates that she was signed for, that with her injury, she has surpassed the time that her contract was for. They would love to have her back, but they don't know that that's realistic. She is ramping up her recovery. She just posted a video on Twitter.
Yeah, a little hype video.
Hitting the ring. And it'll be interesting to see where she lands because WWE might be intriguing for her to come back to, given that Vince is gone.
Seems like morale's high in general. Yeah.
Yep, indeed. The other option would be, does she want to go to AEW and does she want to wrestle? Because that's kind of what AEW seems to be pitching themselves as right now, is a wrestling company. Not a sports entertainment company, specifically a wrestling company. And they've got some interesting stuff going on, especially with their Continental Classic round robin tournament, basically a mimic of the G1 that New Japan does. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what direction she wants to go with her career next.
Absolutely. That was actually a name I was thinking of when I was writing this out. I was like, I wonder where she's going to go. So it's exciting stuff. Exciting stuff indeed.
Speaking of AEW, let's go to this here real quick. Edge and Christian are allegedly going to be wrestling for the TNT title next week on Dynamite. They had a long segment on Dynamite last night. It was as perfect as you can get, honestly. Did you watch it?
So I haven't watched the actual Dynamite episode yet, but I've seen like clips here and there from it. I did see the very end, of course, when Edge, talked to shit and was like, "Go fuck yourself." That was really cool.
So before the go fuck yourself,
Before the go fuck yourself, pre-go fuck yourself.
Christian is his kids are gone. Kill Switch Luchasaurus is down and out because he took not one but two concertos. Nick Wayne got speared in half on Collision, so it's just Christian, no protection.
Yikes.
So he does what slimy heels do, and he went, look. I've seen the error of my ways. We're not just friends, we're brothers, and I recognize that.
Oh yeah.
So did that whole thing. And then Edge kind of turns around a little bit. Christian raises the title, goes to hit him. Not so fast, my friend. Edge with a swift kick to the nuts, and Christian is down.
Let's go.
Edge gets to talk his shit. He says, make sure that title's polished for me because I'm taking it from you next week. And by the way, before I forget, go fuck yourself.
That's amazing.
And I don't know if it's because I watched it recorded from last night that they just didn't bleep the go fuck yourself because I was watching it recorded, or if TBS just missed it on the broadcast. But that's pretty incredible stuff. Hearing, like, watching wrestling and just hearing some guy say to another guy in a promo segment, go fuck yourself, and it's not bleeped.
That shit hits.
It's so good. So I'm really excited for that. I'm not so sure this is actually going to end up happening. I feel that Christian will find a way to weasel his way out of Wrestling Edge.
That would be my guess, because it seems kind of early for them just to have like a random match.
Especially with a pay-per-view a month from today.
Yep. Actually, I saw on the internet about this match, and my first thought was, there's no way that's happening.
But I'm really enjoying the storyline with Edge and Christian. They've really turned it up a notch, in the last 2 weeks.
So we don't have this in the Stocks Rising, but I did see the little segment with what's her face, Tony Storm, Timeless Tony Storm. That was hilarious, dude.
Did you hear the crowd when RJ took her shoe off?
Yeah, yeah. I never would have
popped for the toes.
I never thought that in wrestling we'd pop for the feet, but here we are.
Here we are. You owe me one more Stock Rising, Demetri.
I sure do, and that is my fucking squad, Damage Control. Friday is their show at this point.
The loser squad?
Hey, no, okay? We blame Bailey for that, all right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Friday is their show. I am so into every single member of this group, and I'm so into the story. And I just wanted to mention a big highlight of the pay-per-view for me, Survivor Series. Did you watch like the whole thing, like front to back?
Yeah.
All right. Kairi Sane, when she got out of the cage and fucking just skipped her way down.
This was a stock falling for me. I hated it so much. I really fucking hated it. I hated it so severely.
Dude,
I did not understand. I was like, why the fuck are you doing this right now?
You know what? Not everybody can understand unlimited swagoo, okay? And that's what Kairi Sane has. She's got unlimited swagoo dripping from her pores. She's so fucking cool. I saw a little video that Asuka posted of them in the cage, of like it counting down, like Asuka like hit Kairi Sane to ready her up, and then Kairi's like in the cage, like getting ready to skip. She's literally doing this in the cage. This is what she's doing. And I'm like, yes.
I did not get it at all.
Kairi Sane is so fucking cool. I don't know what it is, bro. She's the only person that can, like, her and Asuka are the only people that can like skip to the ring and I could be like, fucking right. Let's fucking go.
She had that one spot with Shotzi with the trash can lid. Mm-hmm. I think she forgot she wasn't in Japan.
Oh, she smacked her hard.
That was so solid.
Yeah, I was watching it with Janie, and like as soon as you heard the Janie was like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "I know that was hard, damn." But yeah, man, the whole group as a whole, I've been hype as fuck over Damage Control. I'm really loving this.
What did you think of Io Sky's trash can jump?
A+. Great trash can jump. That shit looks dangerous. I don't know how she does it and doesn't get scared out of her mind. I understand she's literally just dropping down with a trash can, and it's not too hard to do, but you're still in a fucking metal trash can jumping from a height. I'm not even going to jump from that height without a trash can, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Like, props to her for doing the trash can spot. I think everybody on the floor could have sold that a lot better, though. I thought the selling was pretty bad on that.
Yeah, agreed. They're probably like
just
scared of getting.
Whoa!
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of spots from that, I really loved this match. If you can't tell,
I thought the women's war game match was better than the men's.
It was way better. Yeah, it was. I think probably my favorite match of the night. Charlotte with the moonsault off the cage.
Oh,
did you see her catch fucking EO in the head? Yeesh. EO
that was crazy.
She posted a picture of it afterwards. She had a big old fucking. She had a big old like swelling and red marks on her forehead from that. But
that match was brutal.
Yeah, that was a crazy match. It was a really good match. Actually, in the beginning, I had thought Becky got hurt, like for real. I wasn't sure. She seemed fine at the end, but in the beginning, she like took a superplex off the turnbuckle, and she was like laying down. She like held her ribs, and then she like rolled over to the side and was like talking to like a ref, and then some other person who like wasn't even like dressed as like a ref. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Is she like okay? And then she was like down and out for like a minute.
Well, she did have that hardcore match with Tiffany Stratton not too long ago, where she really kind of fucked up her arm. I don't know if you remember that. Like, she couldn't wrestle for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Ruined her arm. So I'm wondering if it was something with that. Like, she came down on that arm or something, and she was like,
Yeah, she's like, let me wait this out for a little bit.
Need a minute, you know?
I thought maybe something was weird because like even like right after that, the match was like a little awkward. They had like a little awkward phase where it seemed like people didn't know exactly what to do. But then it turned up, obviously. That match was awesome.
Last year in War Games, because I don't remember, did they have that diamond steel plate between the rings last year too? Or did they have like the rings just butted up against each other? Because I really liked that. Like, because when AEW does Blood and Guts, which is their version of this, they don't put anything between there. And not this last Blood and Guts, but the one before that, a guy got his leg stuck and like ruined his knee in it because he like stepped on it wrong and like got his leg, like his foot went down through. So
it's literally like they literally just like two different rings smacked together with just like a. That doesn't sound ideal.
No. So like I noticed the like this diamond steel plate specifically, and I was like, that's a good move.
That is absolutely a good move. I'm not sure if they did that last year, but I would guess that they probably did, but who knows? I'd have to go back and watch.
So Bayley's going to catch a generational ass whooping on SmackDown this week, huh?
No, she's not going to catch it yet. She's not going to catch it yet. Things are going to boil. Things are going to boil. They're going to continue to boil. I don't know when it's going to come to a head or if it will ever come to a head. Who knows? I don't know, man. You know how WWE be doing, man. They give us these like stories where like people get upset in the group and you're like, oh, something's going to happen. Like they did with Imperium like a while ago, like months ago. And we were like, everybody on the internet's like, every group doesn't need to break up, blah, blah, blah. And they fucking didn't because just arguments happen here. But, I don't know if that's going to be the case here.
I think she's gone.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't think she's going to get ass whooped already. I think they'll wait a little bit. That's my opinion.
Okay, so the baby faces won. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Rebecca Lynch. They won the women's War Games. Kind of expected that the baby faces were going to win.
We called that.
In my opinion, yeah. What do you think is next for kind of each of these groups?
The faces, I think, are just gonna go off and do their separate things as a whole. If that's what you're asking, yeah. The faces, I don't see them being a group anymore. Triple H in the press conference afterwards, it seems like it was kind of like a tryout, maybe like a way to show off for Shotzi. Because he was saying,
I was not moved.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Shotzi. And she had a couple really cool spots and cool moves. But character-wise, she hasn't really had any...
there's enough there to put Shotzi in the main event picture. Like,
Yeah, she hasn't.
If you book me Shotzi versus Io Sky for the women's title, it's Io Sky. Like she's not dropping that to Shotzi.
Yeah,
No
and I don't
disrespect,
think.
it's just not happening. It's not.
Yeah, I just don't think. I don't think the issue is talent here. I think the issue is just like she hasn't gotten enough like equity. You know what I mean? She doesn't have enough storylines, enough feuds, enough like serious TV time to where I can take her serious. Because right now she's kind of floating around and just kind of did a little bit here and there. But yeah, in the press conference, Triple H said that he was really proud of her, and then he thought that she held her own amongst other people who are typically in these positions. Which I was like, cool. Yeah, I'd say she did a pretty good job. She definitely didn't feel like she did bad by any means. So I was like, cool, good for her. But yeah, I see the faces going their separate ways. Maybe we get a Becky and Charlotte tag team. Maybe that would be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Because they're on different shows, I just don't really see that happening.
That's fair. If they do follow the rules of the draft, which I would like them to do, but you never know with them sometimes. Yeah, and you already know how I feel about Damage Control. I think they're just going to wait a little bit, and then eventually Bailey will probably get kicked out, but we'll see.
I think it would make a lot of sense if you put Kairi Sane and Asuka together as a tag team. If you want to take Damage Control to the next level, I think you put Kairi Sane and Asuka together as a tag team, and they go get those belts at the next pay-per-view.
I think it's only a matter of time. But yeah, until Kairi Sane and Asuka tag up again as the Kabuki Warriors once more. That would be very cool for me. I would be very excited to see that. So WWE.
I know you would be.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair, she's going to have her eye on getting her title back.
Getting her lick back, Jacob.
Oh, get her lick back. Yeah, sorry. I just don't see that happening in the short term because I think this is Damage Control's push time. So I just don't see her getting it back right away. And that kind of leaves like not a lot for her to do, but just keep kind of feuding with Damage Control until that time comes. I mean, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of focus pivoting to the Royal Rumble and who is going to be in that and who's going to be our contenders for that. And Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair are all going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt. They're all going to be in the Rumble.
Yep. No question.
Okay. Let's talk Miz and Gunther real quick. When Miz wrestles and he like wrestles,
shit slaps.
I think I said this to you off mic, but I had already seen the result that Gunther retained the belt.
Yeah.
And I was watching it going, oh my God, Miz is going to pin him here.
He's so good at like the storytelling and like making you believe. When he kicked him in the fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, straight to the handbags.
Oh my God. It's going to happen.
Also, like the chops that those guys were throwing on each other.
Yikes.
Ooh, that was crazy. From the press conference, I'm getting the gist that Gunther's like, all right, what's next for me? What's next for me? And he was asked a question like, oh, do you have any interest in going after one of the top belts while you have the Intercontinental?
I heard that
He was kind of like, yeah, maybe, probably not. I want to focus on what I'm doing and what I have coming next. And it's like, you want those big belts.
He was like, do I think I deserve it? Yes, of course. But I'm focusing on me right now. It's like, nah, you want the belt, bro. You want it.
And then they were like, well, who do you think your next challenger is going to be? And he was like, that's not up to me. They have to earn their shot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, mate.
All right. I really liked Santos Escobar Survivor Series.
Oh my God, I completely forgot that match happened.
Yeah. I didn't have very high expectations. I knew they were going to wrestle well, but I'm really liking this. We mentioned it last time, but Santos Escobar as a heel, he is fucking smacking out of the park. Like I can see it. Like he's got that on lock. He's way more believable as a heel than he was as a face, like entirely. Like he's got an aura now.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Him and Dragon Lee did some lucha shit and got out of there.
And back to the press conference, Triple H kind of said what I was thinking there. He was like, two lucha guys doing lucha stuff, and he was like, but I think this match shows that they're more than just that. And I would agree. Yeah, he's just a great heel and very believable, and I'm really intrigued to see how far they push him, one, and two, where they go next with it. Because I do think he could be a legitimate, like, really good heel. And, you know, just to see who he's going to feud with, I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, and also shout out to Dragon Lee. Like, his rise has been pretty incredible. He did a few dynamites with AEW, and like I think just kind of showed like, hey, I can do weekly TV. Like, I can do it. And he got that full contract, like the long-term contract offer from AEW, and he said, okay. Hey, big WWE, what this is what they offered me. And look, I can do TV. What are you going to offer me? And they made a competitive offer. They said, we want you to come to the Performance Center, learn how to not break people's necks. And he was on NXT for like 6 months, and now he's on the main roster already.
Good for him.
Like, pretty incredible rise. I mean, especially when they have some of these guys that are still on NXT, and you're like, why are you still here? You know? And this guy's like, no. I'm on SmackDown. I am SmackDown quality. And he's there already. So good for him.
Absolutely.
Rhea and Zoe Starks. Whatever.
Yeah, it was all right. Zoe Stark is really good at doing the fucking, like, when she's like jumping and like balancing on the rope and then jumping off of the rope. She does that so often. And in my mind, I'm always like, holy shit, like I would have fell, like, please don't fall. But she's a very convincing fighter, and I appreciate that about her game. Obviously the outcome, we knew what the outcome was going to be.
Rhea wasn't losing.
Nah, ain't no way Rhea's losing.
That was, I think, my biggest issue with the match is like, even though I knew the results, like Miz and Gunther was still a compelling in-ring story.
Yeah.
Zoe and Rhea didn't really give me one.
It didn't hit the same way. Absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's why I gave this a B-, and I also completely forgot about the Santos Escobar match. So until you brought it up, I was like, oh yeah, they did have a match that
they did do SmackDown.
That, huh? Yeah. Stock fallings, Demetri.
Dude, the new Raw intro fucking sucks.
It's basically the same as the old one.
It's the same. It's like literally along the same vein. It sounds like the same shit. And I'm gonna be a real hater right now. That shit's fucking awful. I was really excited because there's so much excitement in wrestling right now, and there's so much cool shit that they could do. And instead, they chose this song that honestly sounds like they had like some research group that's like, yo, young people like hip hop and rap. That is like this type of sound, and if we infuse like pop with hip hop and rap and like motivational stuff, it'll be the perfect recipe for a viral Raw theme song. And then like somebody cooked it up in some sterile ass lab, and then we came out with this ugly ass, terrible ass, bland ass, fucking poultry with no seasoning ass, cooked in the oven ass theme song. That's how I feel about it.
Or as one of our friends said, it sounds like an Under Armour commercial rap song.
Yes, it's fucking bad. I was like, I love rap.
You were so hyped for the new theme.
Rap music is so upset. Rap music is my favorite genre, and so that's one thing that's kind of bothered me as a rap fan. I listen to this and I'm like, oh my fucking god, so embarrassing. And two, for wrestling generally, I mean, I love rap, but like, I mean, I feel like a rock intro always like smacks a little harder, like gets you a little more hype, feels like something for wrestling. I don't know. That's my opinion. But if you're going to choose rap, I tweeted this, but I do feel this way. There's a lot of rappers that are really big wrestling fans. Just you got a lot of money. I'm sure Wale would be interested. Wale used to do a NXT theme song, and that shit slapped.
I mean, they literally had Lil Uzi at WrestleMania.
Right. So Wale is super interested in it. West Side Gun is really interested in wrestling. Like Action Bronson.
No, he signed AEW.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was an AEW guy. But anyways, you got all these people that are interested in wrestling that are rappers.
Jelly Roll.
You can't get one of them to put you together like a fucking, I don't know, 1 minute long intro song. Like, come on, this is trash.
And for anybody doubting Demetri's rap credits, he is a former rap recording artist.
I'm nice too,
and he is. Yeah. And I have seen his Spotify Wrapped, and it was extremely scaring the hose hours of rap.
Oh yeah, it was. Earl Sweatshirt number 2 on the list. I was definitely scaring the hose with that. Janie hates when I listen to Earl. She's like, it's so boring. So yeah,
maybe Janie likes the Raw theme. This is for the Janies of the world.
Oh no, she don't like that shit either. She was like, that sound. She said the same thing you said. She said it sounds like the last one. Yeah,
that's so funny.
It's bad.
Last stock falling. They gotta stop bleeping the holy shit on USA on Raw.
Facts. It takes away from the moment. I know. It
does. And like we said earlier, AEW literally had a guy say, "Go fuck yourself" on live television.
Mm-hmm. I've seen much worse on live television than a holy shit chant. Like, come on, bro.
And then later on in the night, the crowd was chanting "You sick fuck" over and over at Swerve Strickland. And they didn't bleep that. But like WWE is hell bent on making this like fucking G-rated product that has this shitty intro. They bleep holy shit.
Don't bring up the intro anymore. You're gonna make me go on another rant.
but it's literally like, this is what they do. They're like, holy, like,
it's really badly cut.
Dead air. Like, it's so bad. It's, oh God, it drives me crazy. Every time it happens, I literally just start yelling at the TV, grow up.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. You brought up the WWE being obsessed with making a G-rated product. That bothers the fuck out of me. Okay. So I know it's like a family show, right? And I know they got investors and all that. I get that. But there comes a point when you realize, like, hey, this is wrestling. Okay. If you're concerned with your children so much, maybe you shouldn't be letting them watch violence if that's what your concern is. It's a violent thing. You're enacting violence. So to say shit should be fine if you're also okay with them watching them, like somebody punch somebody in the face, somebody take a chair shot, like shit or a chair shot. I don't know what's worse. A chair shot. Like, come on, dog.
Also, we grew up on like WWE being like, I can't believe some of the shit that was on WWE in the mid 2000s.
I hid in my room and watched the live sex celebration. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I watched the Edge and Lita live sex celebration.
That was like one of the first things my brain went to. And now like it's so sanitized. It's like at some point too, like, who is your paying audience? Where do you actually make your money each week?
Bingo.
Me and Demetri, like, we like this enough that we have a podcast about it. Like, I'm the one spending money. So I'm okay with hearing shit on TV. It's okay. It's all right.
I really don't think
like, you start alienating your adult audience, and where are they going? They're going to that other wrestling company that says go fuck yourself on live television.
I will say this, it's a little bit less bad than it was like mid 2010s, because that was an awful time. And even a little bit later, we had the stupid ass storylines. Like another example of a childish ass storyline that made no sense is Roman Reigns with the dog food.
Yep.
Oh, that was a dark time. That was a dark time.
And I don't know. When Drew was bleeding from his forehead, my first thought was, ooh, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, me too. I was like, ooh, you're not supposed to do that.
No.
Uh-oh.
All right. Anything else, Demetri?
No. Negative.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you for listening. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at LetMePod You can follow Demetri at Demetri Talks. You can find me if you want at We Hate Jacob on Twitter or Blue Sky. Please give a review on your chosen podcast platform. We're on every major network. Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah.